WrestleMania 10 holds a special place in my heart for multiple reasons. I mean, for one, it solidified the up and coming stardoms of Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, and Bret the Hitman Hart. Even though they were technically already there, this is where it truly began for them. One of the few WrestleManias to barely have any strikers, and for its low budget, this manages to overcome the odds, all of the odds, and provide one hell of a memorable WrestleMania. A hot crowd, so many memorable WrestleMania moments, and the start of a new evolution, making it one of the best WrestleManias ever, without question about it. Let's get right down to it. The show kicks off with Owen Hart versus Bret Hart. Brother versus brother. A huge pop for Bret and a nice heel heat for Owen. The story build up for this is phenomenal, and the storytelling and the brisk pacing was excellent. The This defines the word perfect. You will rarely see a better match than this one. There isn't a boring moment, and there is some maneuvers these two pull off that makes my jaw drop. One of WrestleMania's all-time best, and established Owen as an up-and-coming star. Owen Hart finally beats his brother Bret in an absolute classic match. Now we get to a mixed tag team match. Luna Vachon against Luna Vachon and Bam Bam Bigelow against Doink and Dink. Doink the Clown and Dink. It was bearable for the type of thing it was. That's the one thing. That's the only thing positive I could say. Jerry Lawler wanting Bam Bam to squash Dink was amusing. So Bam Bam wins with a flying headbutt on Doink. Nothing too special here. Now we get a false count anywhere match. False count anywhere match. Randy Savage versus Crush. This is a huge pop for Randy Savage. Lots of action, and for this time, the bumps were pretty brutal. I like the concept of having 60 seconds to get back into the ring and force the count out. It's underrated as far as Mania matches go. But either way, Randy Savage gets the win. Now we get Leilani Kai, who's still wrestling for the women's division, which is surprising because wasn't she already in the WrestleMania 1? Yeah, that's definitely surprising. But Leilani Kai against Alundra Blaze for the women's championship. Both are very capable wrestlers, and for the time they had, it was okay. It was just pure filler. It was a filler match. Alundra retains with German suplex pin. Nothing too special. Now we get the tag team championship match. The Men on a Mission, Mom, Mabel, and Mo with Oscar against the Quebecers, Jacques Rougeau and Pierre, with Johnny Polo in their corner. A lot of fun, if nothing else. Some inventive spots and a fun tone made this better than it should have been. The Quebecers retained by countout. So, retain the championship by countout. There we go. Now we get one of the two championship matches. Now, a little backstory. Bret Hart and Lex Luger both win the Royal Rumble, so why not have not one but two main events? And that's exactly what happened here. The first match, as a result of the coin flip, was Lex Luger. What was he doing wrestling? Lex Luger faced Yokozuna. With Mr. Perfect as a special guest referee. To a big pop. It was pretty boring and pretty standard, as Lex doesn't really have the ability to carry Yokozuna at all. I don't think anybody did, except for maybe The Undertaker. But anyway, Lex Luger really didn't do anything. Perfect makes a surprising heel turn by screwing Lex Luger. The crowd is noticeably pissed and chants bullshit. 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 This was supposed to lead into a huge feud with Luger and Perfect, but Perfect bailed before it could start. Oh well. Now we get Earthquake versus Atom Bomb with Harvey Whippleman. Um, it, it was this match was a dud. Really wasn't that memorable. Quake wins with a sit down splash. Nothing too special. Now we get the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, the very first ever ladder match to feature at a WrestleMania. Um, Big pop for Razor. It may seem lame compared to today's standards, but this set the bar for ladder matches to come, and this has been rarely Whoa, what am I gonna say? Uh, yeah, it's one of the best ladder matches of all time. I'll just say that. It made Shawn into a huge star, and it should have elevated Razor to main event status, if you ask me. The bumps still stick with you, and Shawn bumps around like a madman. But in the end, Razor gets the gold, both Intercontinental title belts, in the end, to a huge ovation. And now we get to the main event of WrestleMania 10, championship match number 2, a rematch of WrestleMania 9, Yokozuna versus Bret Hart. Yokozuna was the champion coming in. And the special referee for this one is Rowdy Roddy Piper, who got a huge reaction. The crowd is on their feet again for Bret. Match-wise, it's not very good, but historical significance of it and where it started make it better than it should have been. I like the atmosphere, too. Bret Hart wins the title to start the new generation era. And the wrestlers celebrate with Bret, much to Owen's disgust. Yeah, so that bottom line, WrestleMania 10 is severely underrated by wrestling fans. And I would go as far as to rank it in my top 10. Rank it in my top 10. Wrestling doesn't shine much brighter than this, and it did many important things for wrestling. Wrestling fans will love it. So that's my WrestleMania 10 out of 10. I would rank WrestleMania 10. I'm going to give WrestleMania a solid 8. 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. Best match of the night, without question, is Owen versus Bret. Worst match of the night, Earthquake versus Atom Bomb. So that is my review of WrestleMania 10. Coming up next, WrestleMania 11.